came over here from Central Europe area around 1700. They came over here from Central Europe with a guy by the name of Jacob Ammon. Jacob Ammon was a Mennonite bishop. And the folks were being persecuted and harassed and beaten for their faith there, and they wanted to get away from that, so they got a hold of Jacob Ammon, got a hold of William Penn, and William Penn invited him to bring some folks and come over. So they came over here. William Penn had a land grant from King Charles II. The land grant consisted of the whole state of Pennsylvania. So they got on Jacob Ammon got a bunch of folks, got them on a ship and came over here. They got into Philadelphia around 1730. They stayed there in Philadelphia for a week or so, and then they decided they want to go back to farming. That's what they knew how to do. So they left that area. They walked up here to Lancaster County. It's about a 70-mile walk to get up here to Lancaster County from Philadelphia, so it probably took them 2 weeks or so to get up here. They had to carry everything that they owned. There were no nice roads to travel on then, just a bunch of dirt trails. So they got up here and they looked at the farm soil, decided to stay right here in the area and start their farms and homes. So they were all Mennonite people when they came over with Jacob Ammon, the Mennonite bishop. They were all Mennonite people from 1730 when they got in here, up until 1792. 1792, a group of the folks decided that the Mennonite people were not living strict enough. So they separated from the Amish and from the Mennonite people, and they became Amish and Pinko. So that's going to be the other business for a lot of these family homes, properties. Next three homes you'll see, these are going to be Amish family homes. They can't be farms, but they make the best of it. They're going to have a barn on the property. They're going to also have a garden to grow a lot of the vegetables so they don't have to buy so many. This property right here, a little hand-dug well in the corner right here, got little yards to keep them away from the road as much as possible. There are somewhere, you can see some around there from time to time, and you know what to look for and where to look. Property over here, there's a dry goods store right there. That lady sells fabrics to make clothing with. The Amish sell most of the clothing. They're pretty good at that. Also, then the dairy farm part of it. Again, if you look at the house, you can see there are two families there. Usually they're two different colors, so that will tell you there are two families there. Little tree there under the tree, that little wooden phone booth there. That's the telephone in there. The Amish don't use telephones in your homes much. The older ones especially. They're going to use that phone out there along the driveway. Come out morning and evening to make a phone call, do their business, and go back to work. This property here, there's some young Amish folks right here. This is a blacksmith shop right here. Also, there's a furniture refit yard. They all grow. Every family's going to have their own garden. Usually back there's a little Amish baby there behind the buggy there. Another couple little more miniature ponies there. They're very popular with the Amish people. Left-hand side of the bus, there's a welding shop back there where you see those pieces of equipment sticking up in the air. Behind that part of the farm, the other part of it, the dairy farm out here. Between the house and the barn, there's a windmill there that would have been to pump water at one time. Years ago, every farm would have a windmill on it, but today there's only a few of those around, and none of them pump water anymore. That is a turbine engine on there. They could charge batteries with that. Every Amish buggy you'll see up and down the road is going to have a car battery inside on the floor setting. You have to run the lights from, and every now and then they have to recharge those batteries. So they can do that with that turbine engine up there. So if you're looking for an Amish village here in Lancaster County, you're not going to find any, except for the one we just drove away from, because they live among everybody here. Either side of the bus you look off of, you're going to see Amish properties and farms and family homes. So over there on the right-hand side, the Amish family farm, if you look at the house, you'll see there are 2 or 3 homes put together there. Left-hand side coming up down here, these next 3 homes are going to be Amish family homes. You'll see a garden right in the front or side yard. Also, there's going to be a barn down back for animals and their any equipment that they want to put inside the barn. And most of them have dogs on their properties as well. So there you can see a big black Doberman Pinscher right there. So there's the garden between the house and farm right there. There's homes. Another garden just on the other side of the tree. And this garden's going to be down behind the house. Every Amish family is going to have their own garden. Every Amish family loves to grow things. And they're very good at it. You'll see a close-up of some gardens out here, and you'll see how nicely they are maintained. You won't be able to find any weeds in your garden. They're quite good at this gardening. Very good farmers and gardeners. The crops are going to graze. It's going to be corn and hay mostly. 12-hour day. If they get a 12-hour day, less than a 12-hour day, that'll be a short day for them. Now, the next first little schoolhouse you're going to see on the tour will be this one here on the left-hand side. This school is going to be operating just like all the other schools you'll see. You'll see a couple of them, but they're all going to be very much the same, the way they operate. They're going to, they're all going to be in the same classroom. The children are going to be in here, first graders in the first row, second, third, fourth, back through the classroom, up until the 8th grade. None of them ever go past the 8th grade. The teachers will be single girls. They'll be in there teaching until they get married. After they get married, another girl takes over the school system. There are no men in the school system. It's all young ladies. The teachers are going to be 18 plus years old. The helpers can be 16 or 17. They speak the German language. That's their first language. The next thing they're going to do is they're going to learn English the whole way through school. From first grade, when they start school, they start to learn the English language. The two little white buildings back here, that's the boys and girls restroom. Between the buildings, a baseball field back there. And then the swing set out here, they love to play baseball. That's their favorite thing to do. The school's going to be in there from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. And there will be no homework sent home. The children are going to do all the work in the classroom. No men in the school system. Closing up at 5 o'clock, that's what happens with all these properties. Most all these businesses close at 5. She's taking her roadside stand in right now. So put that back out Monday morning. It won't be there tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Sunday. That's a church day. They don't do any business on a Sunday. They don't do anything to go to church on a Sunday. They don't do any field work or anything else. It's going to be an easy day for most of them, except the dairy farmers. They're going to have to work probably 7 or 8 hour day anyway to take care of their cows morning and evening. That gets done twice a day, early in the morning and early in the evening. Probably about 5 o'clock in the morning and probably the same time in the evening. Over here on the right hand side, this little store is going to close up here in a few minutes as well. This is a grocery store back there run by Amish folks. Open until 5. They supply some of the schools with things that they need also. So that little business right there does very well. It's very busy. It's been there a long time. This little village is called Gordonville. There's a church and a post office up here. Gas stove repair store on the left-hand side being rebuilt. On the right-hand side up here over the bridge, there's a fire company. A lot of the Amish guys in the area come to this fire company when there's a fire call. They'll get a ride in with somebody, one of the other men, and they'll go out on the fire call. They take the training so they know what to do when they get out there, and they like to go out and help other people. But you can see the cows right inside the fence right there. He just built the whole back half of this barn last year. Put on about 30 more cows. Big double family over there on the right hand side there, maybe a little bigger. They all operate very much the same. All the children are in the one classroom. You'll see a couple of different schools in the area here on this tour. They're not all exactly alike, but they're very similar, close to being alike. They operate the same inside and out. Almost all of them are going to have a baseball field on it. Children are going to be there from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock. They get no homework when they go home. They have work to do on the farm, so they're not going to get homework sent home with them. Left-hand side across the field, both of those homes back there are Amish-built homes. Those are Amish families. They don't build big farmhouses anymore. If they don't have a farm, there's no reason for that. Left-hand side up here coming up, there's another double Amish family home right here. The white things you see out here along the fence, that's going to be hay bales. They're going to feed those over the winter. They were just put in there not long ago. And there'll be some more of them there before winter's over. Over here you'll see two gardens right here for each of the families, one for each family. Little blue building, another roadside stand. You can stop and buy things right out of the little box there. They have a money box in there. They might come out, they may not.